The New York Liberty are absolutely loaded. And it almost feels unfair that in their repeat attempt, they got to add Marine Johannes to the lineup, the wizard going off the one leg. I felt the same way about Leonie Fibic last year, that they added her to the core that they had in place. Now, that's just good management by the team. Nothing wrong with it, of course. But Fibic is just such a good all-around player, can shoot the rock. Johannes now a spark plug for them. And then they've still got Jonquel Jones, who perhaps doesn't get enough credit because I think she's the best player on the team when it comes to her ability to shoot from the outside and make an impact on the inside. And then, of course, famously, Brianna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu on the roster. But the Liberty are clearly the favorites to repeat, I think, and they are sending a message early in this season, not only about how good they are, but another side effect of that message is just how valuable Caitlin Clark is, because the Fever were right there with the Liberty, then lost to the Sun. They did have some injuries in that game as well. And then the Liberty just smack the Sun. But to see that, the Fever up there with the Liberty with CC, including on net rating on the season, and then see the contrast. I know it's just a one game or so, couple game or so sample size. Nonetheless, it has an effect. Regardless, when you look at the Liberty in this huge game against the Sun, there are a couple moments that stood out. I talked about Johannes and Jones. They had a connection on this play, which was nice to see, or just looked nice, I guess. Nice dime, nice dish by the Wizard. Nobody beats the Wiz, if anybody remembers that. And Jonquel Jones, a big target there, just a heck of an all-around player. Then there was a moment late in the game that was kind of amusing where Sabrina Ionescu wanted a challenge, even though they were up by, it looks like 46 points at this point in time. So not generally a time where you would challenge. I don't even know what she's doing on the floor, to be honest with you. I mean, it's the third quarter here. But there she goes. She's happy about the call getting challenged. And then I guess it was successfully overturned. Can't say I was watching the game that closely at this juncture. But here was the Sabrina celebrating the call getting overturned. Those videos courtesy of Lucas Kaplan and Jeff Magaletti. So there you have it. Sabrina, happy, thrilled. And she's been acting brand new this year, coming off a championship. She made that SGA joke the other day. But, I mean, when you do have the caliber of roster that the Liberty have, and they were celebrating Ellie's mascot, they did it in style, there is reason to be feeling yourself a little bit. And now New York is undefeated still on the season to begin this season. Clearly, the Lynx look like their best competition thus far, the team they played in the finals. I believe that the Atlanta Dream have emerged as a top 4 team at this point in time as well. And then somehow, I do think the Fever are in that top 4 with Caitlin Clark in the lineup, which goes to show you the impact she has individually. I've beaten a dead horse, or the drum that I've already been beaten about her value. But I think we've seen the Fever's performance with her versus the Fever's performance without her. We've seen the Fever's performance against a team the caliber of New York and Atlanta with her versus the Fever's performance against the Connecticut Sun and the Washington Mystics without her. We've seen the Liberty play the same Sun team that the Fever just lost to and seen the results there. Again, other things come into play, like losing Colson and Cunningham in the midst of the game, or just, some games are better than others, these various factors. Regardless, none of that changes how good the Liberty look to start the season. And they've got a vibe going on in Brooklyn. I said this last year when I was at the Barclays Center. They're cultivating a fan base, cultivating something cool, and they're trying to cook up another championship.